Hi, welcome to episode 3 of the van conversion. I'm going to do it in a similar kind of format that I did 2.5 in, so I'm just going to sit here and talk absolute nonsense that I haven't planned any of, and probably chuck some stuff over this to show you what we've done. So, episode 3 is going to be about the bed and building the bed. You can see behind me that there's things happened. I have enough footage at the moment for 2 episodes, I'd say. So I'm going to split it into 3 and 4. So episode 3 is going to be focusing on the bed because, unsurprisingly, it didn't turn out the way we wanted. So we had to improvise at the last minute to make things work. So, as I do, I'll show you all the things I did to waste time and money that didn't work out the way we wanted it to, and how it eventually turned out and our thought processes along the way. So I'm going to sit here and freestyle some of what I can remember from building it, and I guess we'll just take it from there. So the bed itself, like I said in the last episode, was from, I think, a 40-year-old van, thereabouts, that sat in storage for over 20 years. So it was kept in good condition for what it was, but it was needing a bit of clean. So obviously the first thing we did was clean it, and after we cleaned it, the van experienced all the problems that I highlighted in a previous episode, where the CV joint went, brakes were all gone, the kind of limp mode engine light that we're still experiencing kind of took over and completely robbed me of my money and my ability to really do anything with the van that I wanted to do. And it took the motivation right from me as well. It was one of those ones of I made another mistake buying this van. But yeah, I digress. After the van broke down and the bed was cleaned by my partner Melissa and myself, it went back into storage. Smaller storage, probably more damp storage. It was just my shed. But after we got the van sorted to the degree that it is now, we set a bit of a kind of deadline for getting the bed done and the next stages that I'll go into in the next video. So I took the bed out. I gave it another bit of a clean up. I gave the frame a bit of a wire brush, kind of rubbed down, tried to get rid of some of the rust, put some primer on it, put some kind of black sealant paint on it, which was the wrong paint to use, and I'm going to have to do it again anyway, but we'll get to that. After the bed was cleaned and I'd kind of repainted the frame and tidied it up a bit, we tried to work out where the bed was going to go. So you'll see a few new faces in this video. You'll see my stepdad, Alan, who has been a phenomenal help. You'll see Yoga Colin, who again has been really good at motivating me to get sunk into this kind of stuff, and has been a good help as well along the way. And we also had a friend who helped out, who was as an electrician, who asked not to be in any of the videos, so I'm going to have to test my video editing capabilities and see if I can witness protection him or something, because he just doesn't want to be in the videos, and that's fine, not everyone does, but we're documenting this along the way, so we'll see how we get on with that. Trying to position the bed, Alan and I found some difficulties in that the way the rock and roll bed sat, like this, it had 2 feet here, that in the original bed would have fit onto runners, which we couldn't facilitate. So no matter where we put it, and we spent a while trying, we couldn't fix the legs that required runners because they needed to move. So what we opted to do was strip the bed back down again to the padding that you can see here, and build a frame The initial part of the bed, which is the big flat bit, you'll see me. Oh, we have a car coming. And the car is now away. I'm not entirely comfortable talking to the camera. Or people, to be precise, but I'm still getting used to this. So perhaps some CBD will help. Bed area was built by the joiners. Like I say, I only expected them to actually cut the wood for me and I was going to assemble it, but they went the extra step and they assembled it for me with the measurements that we took, and that's slotted straight in. So shout out to Forsyth Joiners in Lesmahagow. Very helpful people. Would recommend anyone in the local area that's looking for even this kind of stuff or any woodwork, go and check them out. Very helpful people, and for a reasonable price as well. I'll leave a link for the stuff if I can find it. So we got that, put that in, and then it was about building the frame round about that to kind of maximise the room that we had. I wanted a stable bed that was going to remain in place. I wanted adequate under bed storage that would allow for electronics and kind of camping stuff. Instruments, as I'm obviously a musician and music really is my life. I wanted access at both sides. I wanted a bit that was long enough that I could lie straight because I'm 6 foot. My partner's 5'1", so a bit easier for her. So yeah, building the frame, we kind of tried to work out what areas were needing reinforced a bit more. What areas we could try and use the padded sections of the bed, since we could no longer use a frame. And we worked out to have the back area, and then if we had the two parts from the rock and roll bed, one going horizontally, one going vertically, it almost fit into like a kind of L shape, which allowed access from both sides and an area to get changed in and store stuff if needed. It has survived its maiden voyage. Got away from the house for the first time in a while to try it out, which was good. It was good to get away. But yeah. After we positioned things roughly where we wanted them, we realised that the bottom section, or the one that was providing the L shape, it was slightly too thick, so we had to cut away some of the underside wood frame of that to try and fit it in, so it almost provided like a little box shape to slot into the door frame, which has worked out really well. That provides me with the length to lie down, which is good, and a little bit of area for cables to run and stuff when we've moved on to the electronics, which will be the next video. So after the frame was fitted, the bed was just kind of slotted on top of it. It is still loose. There is some adhesive still from the frame that was on the back of the padded areas. That's helped to stick it down, but I wanted to leave it fairly loose and mobile, that it was snug when it was down. Right. It would appear that no matter how hard you try to escape people, they will always find you. Got another car stopping right now. So the bed's finished, and as is this video. This is what it looks like.